Alright, so today's episode is technically called Buy or Pass, which is funny because Arknights Endfield is free to play. So I guess the real question is, do you buy the vibes or pass on the grind? Let's talk about it. What even is Endfield? It's a free-to-play game, and such games usually come with baggage. Bad monetization, messy stories, dialogue that feels like it was written by someone who's never spoken to a human. And to be fair, a lot of people expected that here. But Arknights Endfield isn't just another gacha with a fresh coat of paint. It's Hypergriff trying to take a tower defense legacy and turn it into a full-on action RPG with automation and exploration. And yeah, it kind of works, with caveats. A lot of them. Now, let's start with the game's story. You wake up with amnesia. I know, shocking. You're the end administrator. You've been asleep for years. You remember nothing, and somehow, you're just cool with it. No panic, no existential meltdown, just vibes. And that's the problem. The setup should be heavy. Talos-II is falling apart, catastrophes everywhere, political tension, hostile factions. But the writing plays it way too safe. There's a lot of dialogue, like a lot, and most of it could be cut in half without losing anything. Characters repeat information, scenes drag, and the stakes never really bite early on. Voice acting? Actually solid. But even good actors can't save dialogue that feels sterile. This isn't bad writing, it's just overwritten. Now here's where Endfield starts winning me over. The world design? Genuinely great. Talos-II looks incredible. Industrial science fiction mixed with corruption and anomalies, factories carved into wilderness, regions that feel dense instead of empty. And thank God, this isn't open world bloat. Maps are segmented, tight, and packed with things to do. You're always near something interesting. Side activities, anomalies, puzzles, combat encounters, automation setups. Exploration actually feels rewarding. Now let's have a look into factory building and automation, the real star of the game. And let's be honest, this is the best part of the game. If you like Satisfactory, if you like Factorio, as I literally just did a full deep dive on Star Rapture for this exact reason. And if you like optimizing systems until your brain goes quiet, yeah, this hits. You're building automated rigs, managing power, routing resources, setting up relays and zip lines across the world. And the coolest part, your automation matters outside the base. You're not just crafting numbers, you're reshaping the world. Is it overwhelming at first? Absolutely. But the tutorials are solid. Blueprints exist for people who don't want to think too hard. And once it clicks, it's addictive. Now, combat. This is where Endfield kind of fumbles the bag. It's not bad, but it's repetitive. You mash attacks, you trigger combos when they light up, you dodge sometimes, you pop ultimates when available, and that's it. Elemental systems exist, but they don't really force smart decision-making. Mono-element teams dominate, positioning barely matters, strategy doesn't evolve much from level 20 to level 60. It feels good moment to moment, but it never asks more of you, which is wild because the game has so many systems, and the combat is the simplest one.
All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. This game is free, but it's very aware of that fact. Gacha banners, bundles, currency packs, pity systems that reward patience and punish impulse. Here's the good news, you don't need duplicates, power creep isn't insane, free characters are viable. Here's the bad news, if you don't plan your pulls, you will waste resources. This isn't Genshin, this isn't Wuthering Waves, this game expects you to think.
Alright, let's land this. Arknights Endfield is ambitious, beautiful, and surprisingly deep where it counts.
But the story takes too long to get interesting. Combat doesn't evolve enough, and the monetization will absolutely test your discipline. Overall score, 7 out of 10. So, buy if you love automation, exploration, and slow burn systems. Pass if you want deep combat, sharp storytelling, or zero tolerance for gacha mechanics. That's Arknights Endfield. This has been Buy or Pass. And hey, if you don't want to miss genuinely great games, go watch my video on the best games you missed in 2025. Trust me, some absolute bangers slipped under the radar. Before you go, I'd love your feedback on this episode. Was it better than before? Do you prefer scores for each category like earlier episodes, or is one overall score enough like I did here? I'm Dusty, and I'll see you in the next one.